Good morning. Welcome to Monday Mornings, Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here are some interesting words for us to ponder. It fits our theme of playing to win as opposed to playing not to lose. So, when I muscle tested today, it came up that we needed a chapter from Outrageous Openness, from Tosha Silver, Letting the Divine Take the Lead. And this is an interesting little chapter. So, a couple of nice deep breaths just to settle into right here, right now. So you can fully receive the part of this message that is yours today. And one more. Good morning, Linda. Well, it's not morning by you, but welcome. Glad you are here. This actually will be a nice thought process as you're preparing for your evening. And welcome to whomever else has just popped on. It's not showing me your name, but I'm glad you're here. Our reading today comes from Outrageous Openness. And the theme in my mind is, good morning, Mara. Glad you're here. Playing to win as opposed to playing not to lose. So you'll see what I mean when I read the chapter. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the book, when I say chapter, it's 2 pages. So not to worry, not to worry. Que sera, sera, the errant bullet. That's the name of the chapter. The quote is from Rainer Maria Rilke, "Let life happen to you. Life is in the right always." Good morning, Rebecca. Glad you are here. So let life happen to you. Again, that divine feminine approach of allowing, being receptive, open, etc. The day after Thanksgiving, I gave a reading to Corrine, who's almost a real-life Lara Croft Tomb Raider. A Gemini with a sag moon, she's an expert in hang gliding and windsurfing, teaches mountaineering and scuba diving, and has ridden her Harley across half of Asia. Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. Let's see if anybody snuck past. I think Joe snuck past. Welcome, welcome. Alone. I used to think I was pretty adventurous, but compared to Corrine, I'm just one quivering mass of Capricorn cowardice. In 30 years of full-on adventure, she'd never had more than a few scraped knees and some food poisoning. Nonetheless, she called because in their early dawn of Thanksgiving, she stepped out of bed and tripped on the rawhide chewing bone of her miniature collie and broke her foot. Overwhelmed by irony always works for us, right? She had to cancel her upcoming climb in Nepal. She was also aware that she hadn't been stopped in 30 years. For months, she had been trying to write a manuscript about her travels, but couldn't make time. Here was her chance. So the universe was responding to, you're wanting to do this thing, you're not making the time for yourself, allow us to help you. Boom. Stuff like this makes me feel at times like an optimistic fatalist. Some things happen just because they're simply meant to happen. All the precautions in the world won't stop them. Yet viewed through a positive lens, even those fated events may eventually be seen as lucky. Before I moved to San Francisco's quiet outer Richmond in the late 80s, I'd spent several years in the heart of the Mission. I loved the pulse of the place back then. The great music, Mexican food, and general positive energy. I was in heaven, living on burritos, dance classes, and yoga in Dolores Park. Then I got sick. And my rational, cautious self thought I should move to a safer neighborhood. The Mission was a major crime hub back then. Though I'd never felt any personal danger, I thought I might heal better in the burbs. Little did I know. One day, drinking tea in my peaceful penthouse, I heard a loud whiz, followed by the breaking of glass and a crash. A bullet had struck the window right above my head, then pierced the wall behind me, zipping through the kitchen and into the bath. I found it lodged in a shattered shower tile. Until the police arrived, I sat on the cold bathroom floor, staring mutely at the wall, my heart pounding through my ribs like a drum, trying to figure out what the hell had just occurred. The cops told me a rare gang shootout had happened 2 blocks away. Somehow a stray bullet from a high-powered rifle landed in my top-floor hideaway in San Francisco's statistically safest neighborhood. Good morning, Carolyn. Geez, I thought I'd seen everything, one of the officers said, shaking her head. Do you realize if you had stood up a moment earlier, you'd be dead now? I wanted to make the bullet into a necklace, but she smiled and took it away as evidence. So that bullet having been Tosha Silver's reminder that when we play not to lose, when we operate out of fear, it does not work. It sets us up. That really, if things are designed to unfold in a certain way, it doesn't matter where we are or what we're doing, it's going to unfold. It's going to unfold. So I think about that with a deer hit that I had way back in, was that 2012 maybe? But I'd never hit a deer in my life. Put on a whole lot of miles, never hit a deer. I was, at that point, running my outpatient clinic. I had gotten divorced in 2007, so a single mom with 2 kids. Logan was out of the house by then. Lauren was still at home. And I was teaching like every other weekend all over the Midwest. So it was 10 o'clock at night, and I was returning from teaching in Minneapolis. And I was outside of Shawano, Wisconsin, which those of you who know Shawano, Wisconsin, it's still a fair distance to get to Green Bay. And it was winter. I think it was February. I'm not sure. Brand new car, of course. And I saw the deer coming up out of the ditch and touched the brakes and started sliding. So I took my foot off the brakes. Wham! Right into her. Managed to pull over to the side of the road, and I'm freaking out, and then I'm going, but wait a minute. I didn't lose control of the vehicle. Airbags didn't deploy, which, thank God, because that's not a pleasant thing in that circumstance. I had a cell phone so I could call the police, etc., etc., etc. So when she showed up, the officer, I said, did you see the deer? And she goes, nope, but I saw where you hit her. And I'm like, yuck. So I did the energetic thing of sending her good juju. Thank you for the signal. To me, the signal was, slow down. You're doing too much. This is not in your highest and best good. It's probably not in your daughter's highest and best good to be gone a lot. She was older, but nonetheless. Must be, maybe it was even a year or two earlier than that, because she was still in high school. Anywho, the message was, and then the tow truck operator was fabulous. He dumped me on the flatbed, hauled me all the way to Green Bay, then dropped me off at home after we had dropped the vehicle off at the place that was going to fix it. All in all, things turned out fine, and the message was received. Slow down. Slow down. There's too much going on in your life. You need to be more present and aware. So, again, it's those things that happen that are designed to teach us something. And when we're living from that place of fully present, fully engaging, doing the things we're being guided to do, not cutting corners, not avoiding the call because, oh, that might be uncomfortable, or I don't know why I'm doing this, or that kind of stuff. When we're playing to win, not playing not to lose, things unfold. And when what are seemingly not good things unfold, there's a message there. There's a message there. Pay attention to the message. And when we get really good at paying attention to the message, when it's that little tap on the shoulder and the little whisper, then the universe doesn't have to go, whack, I'm trying to get your attention here. So, for you today, what might you need to pay attention to? What's been niggling in the background? What's been kind of sending you messages, tapping you on the shoulder, whispering in your ear, hey you, listen to that. Listen to that and make a decision. What do I need to do with this? What do I need to do with this? It may not be an overall overhaul of your life. It might just be you need to tweak something. And to tweak it when you're getting the tap on the shoulder is so much wiser than waiting until you get the ball peen hammer upside the head. All right? So, outrageous openness, Que sera, sera, the errant bullet, letting the divine take the lead. So again, she operated out of fear. Her fear, I need to be in a safer place in order to heal, set her up for what happened. The other woman was not heeding that guidance of, you need to take some time and write this manuscript. And so the universe made sure that she had the time. So for today, just be pondering, what are the messages that are coming to me? What are the little taps, the little nudges, the little niggles that I need to pay attention to that are working on me, that I haven't been listening to? I need to slow down a bit. And yes, I know it's a Monday, but still, you can carve out a little bit of time. If typically you eat your lunch at your desk, take your lunch. If nothing else, go sit outside on the grass at work, or sit in your car with the windows open. I don't care where you go, get away from your desk and spend a little time just with silence and just with, okay, universe, let's have a conversation. What are you wanting to get the point across to me about? There's a dangling participle, nonetheless. So, tuning in, listening, becoming more aware. All of that stuff is the stuff that up-levels us. And that's where we're headed right now, right? So have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.